Let me show you in this tutorial how I make this beautiful seamless fingerless gloves. So first of all, I used the Brother KH 260 and the KR 260 as well. So we will need both those bags in order to work circular. And then I used some waste yarn, and the main yarn that I'm using is some chunky marble, which is very versatile, and with this color changing, it just does the work for me. And then this is something that I had in my stash. It's some faux fur yarn, it's some special yarn. But unfortunately I've lost the labels, so I don't actually know how this is called or when and where did I bought it. Obviously you can work with something different for the cuff or a plain color, but something to be a bit thinner than the chunky yarn, because we fold the cuff, so we want it to look nice and neat. So then obviously we will need all the tools that we have with our machine. Prong tool 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, and then I'm going to need some weights and a claw if you have, or just some claw. There we are. No more talking, let's just start with this. So I'm having my my both bags set on H, so half pitch for the start, and I will bring up 15 stitches each bed, and I will just start from 0 to 15 because it's easy this way for me, on the main bed and on the ribbon bed as well. Now I have 15 stitches both beds. This is for a medium size glove. It's quite stretchy, so I think that's a normal size for gloves. And I will start with some waste yarn. I'll have my carriages set on normal knit for this row, normal, and on tension it doesn't actually matter because it's just waste yarn, and I'm just gonna knit one row to make my zigzag row here, and then I am just going to hang a comb. I put my husband to cut one of those to have like smaller pieces. And then I'm just going to hang one big weight on it, like so. I'll set my carriages now to knit circular, and I will go on tension 2 because this will be the tension for my cuff, like so. And I am moving this lever up, and I will push this button in. So part button left, and this lever on the ribbon on right. I might not be very good on explaining, but I can show you. I need almost 20 rows. And I'm just gonna cut this yarn. Next step, I will get my main yarn, and I will knit 2 rows with it. 2 rows only. One for the ribbon and for the main bed. This is my starting row, and then I'm just going to cut this yarn And I will try to get back the yarn, the end here. Get that through and knot it here. And then I will just take it down here. And now we can actually have the base, so we can actually start. I'll get the yarn. I've already set my tensions to on both beds. Place that here. At this point I will set the row counter to 0. Like so. I will check again to see if everything is in order. So I have my carriages set to knit circular on tension 2, and then what I want to do, I will change the pitch from half pitch to full pitch because I don't want that edge to go, and because I knit circular I can actually make sure that everything will knit perfectly. So from this point on I will just start knitting 60 rows. Now I have 60 rows knitted. What I will do next, I will just cut this yarn and then attach the main yarn first of all. And again I will knot it because I can hide this knot in the cuff, so I want to secure it here properly, like so. And then I can just pull this down here, like so. Now we have some work to do. This requires a bit of attention, so I'm just gonna drop the ribbon one, just one, and then I will remove the weights from the bottom, and I will just place my hand in there and inside to catch that part that I've made with waste yarn, and just fold it outside in. How can I say that? So outside in. I'm just gonna bring it up here. Like so. And try to find where my knot is. So my knot is here. So from here I'm just gonna start to rehang this first row that I've made with the main yarn, so I can actually see it properly. So I'm just gonna grab this first stitch here, which is the one with knot, and I will start with the rebur because I can actually see properly, and I will rehang all those stitches here. This just requires a bit of attention. Just make sure you have all the stitches hanged in latches. If you work with another type of yarn instead of this faux yarn that I'm working with, it will be much easier because you can actually see every stitch. But with this yarn it's a bit confusing. And that's my last stitch for the ribbon. And then I'm just going to continue with the stitches for the main bed, just like that. And this is the most tricky part for this fingerless glove. And the last stitch. Now I make sure that I don't hang that in any of those pegs, and I will just push back inside this little pocket here, like so. And this is what I have now. Now the next step is to hang some weights on this. And I will just hang the weights on the waist yarn, because I don't want to catch any of that yarn, which is very sensitive. And just like that. On the edges here. And then I can bring back the ribbon. There we are. Pull that down properly. And the setting is the same now. And what I do now, I will set the main tension to 5 on both beds. This is my main tension for this yarn, and I quite like how it comes. And I will set the row counter back to 0. I'm still in P position, so full pitch. So and now I will just start shaping for the thumb. So I will need 4 rows for the start with the main yarn. I will just start increasing for the thumb. So I will start with 1 prong tool, and I will transfer 1 stitch each bed on the side where my carriage is, and then I will just grab this bump from here and fill this empty needle. Same on both beds. And from now on I will need 6 rows between an increase. So start with 6. Next I will grab the 2 prong tool now, and I will transfer 2 stitches, 1 to the right, both beds. I will fill the empty needle. One and one. Need 6 more rows. Now I will grab the 3-prong tool and I will move 3 stitches. 1 to the right, like so, and 1 to the right, like so. And again fill that empty needle. Six more rows. Now obviously 4 needles across. And fill this. Need another 6 rows. 5 needles across. I'm using 2-prong tool and the 3-prong tool. Three and 2 more. At this point I think I'm going to hang this weight on the thumb here, this way, and then I can carry on. Like so. 6 more rows. Now 6 stitches across. So I'm using, oopsie, I dropped one. No problem. I'll pick it up in a minute. I will have to knit it back. There we are. Problem solved. So 3 and 3 more now. Same on the front back. And the last 6 rows. I'm at the row counter 40 and this is here, just here. So all I need to do now is to continue doing few rows for the thumb and then finish with this side. Now the thumb I made on 7 stitches each bed, so I will move 7 stitches, 1 to the right, and 7. Then I will repeat the same process on the ribbon as well. I will rehand this weight here, and then on this empty needle that I have, I will make an increase, but this time I will make like a cross stitch here. So I will grab the ribbon and put it on the main bed, and I will grab the one from here and place it on the ribbon bed. Now there are a few things that we still need to do. I will set my carriages one full number down for the thumb, and I will place both carriages on hold. And for the ribbon, what I want to do is to move that in half pitch, because I need to put some stitches in hold. So I will start with the main bed, and I will put the first 15 stitches that I've started with. So I will put those on hold, and I will do the same thing on the ribbon. And now I only have 7 stitches left, 2, 4, 6, 7 on each bed, which is the thumb, and I will make 14 rows with these stitches only. So I will go now. After I make this first one, I'm just going to wrap only one time this here, so I will not have a gap in the middle of the finger here. So now I'll make 2, 14 rows. And now I need to cast off all those stitches here, and I will start on the ribbon. I'm using this method. You can always take it off on waste yarn and cast off, you know, crochet or anything else. I might even show you that method on the rest of the stitches, but it's quite easy this way as well. It's not that much, just a few stitches. So I've done my last stitch on the ribbon. Now I will grab this stitch and I will just turn it like that, rotate it, and place it in the on the first stitch here. And I'm just going to finish on the main bed. And now I got my 15 stitches from the start, so the thumb is already done. What I want to do now is to finish with this part. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna have to put those stitches back in the latches. And I have my carriages on the right, and the first that they will need, it will be the ribber, so I won't bother with the ribber. But for you to make sure that you don't drop any stitches, it's better if you put them back in the in the latches as well. So I'm just gonna do it right now so you see how it works, because it happens that you forget which side it will work, and then that will be a really problem. And I'm back where I've started with 15 stitches. Just gonna rehang those weights a little bit. And now what I want is to put back my carriages on main tension, which is 5, and then disengage the holding position for both carriages, and then I want to move back to full pitch so I can have a straight outcome. Then I get my main yarn, rethread my machines, and start working 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will make 1 decrease because I want that to be a bit smaller. 1 single decrease. This is not mandatory, but it does fit properly when you make it. And now I will work up to row counter 80, that means another 22 rows. And that's all. Now, because I've already shown you how to cast off on the machine circular, I will take this on waste yarn and show you how to cast on with your crochet hook, which might be a bit easier. We'll leave like 3 times the length so I can actually make the casting off with it. I'll put it down here. And then I get some waste yarn. That will be quite enough. Then I will remove all my weights and take it off. And this is what I came up with. What I want now is to cast off this last row. I'm just gonna grab a crochet hook, and I have a 4mm one, and bring this yarn to the back I'm just gonna start slip stitches like so, one through both. And I'm gonna slip stitch in my first here, lock this, and then I can easily remove this waste yarn from the start. And that's my casting off. It's quite chainy, beautiful. Now next thing that we do, I go down here, just gonna go and grab this first stitch on one side and cut it off. Make exactly the same thing on the other side. And then I'm just gonna grab one end and pull, and the other end and pull, and yeah, magic! I have an opening. Beautiful. So now what I want, as you can see, I don't have any hole here. Everything is nice and neat. All I want is to hide those tails, and I do have plenty of room in there. I'm just gonna reform one stitch like so. So I will go from front to back in the last stitch that I had, like so, and then I will go just right here in the middle to form this V, and it will give it a nice circle, and then I will just be able to go a few stitches like so. Hide this tail as well. In the same fashion. Cut it off. And that's done. Next thing, I will grab some crochet, and this will keep it from rolling even more. It's not a very, it doesn't roll too much. So if you just give it a little bit of steam or block it, it will stay properly. So I'm just gonna go and grab some of this yarn. Oops. Just insert this hook from on the wrong side. And then I'm just gonna start going in each stitch and make a row of single crochet, or as English are saying, double crochet. There we are. And because this yarn is so fluffy, I can actually I don't actually need to be worried about seeing it, but still need to be worried about not losing one stitch, because if you miss one stitch, then it's very hard to find it. And now all I want is to just hide this tail somehow, recurve it, and cut it off. That's one done, and I will make a little bit on the thumb as well. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you find it useful, please tag me in your posts, and please subscribe and like this video, so my channel can grow a little bit and I can make more of those tutorials with what I came up with. Thank you so much for watching, and happy knitting!